Morning, Rachel. I was having a play with the soltando bowing yesterday, and I think I made some useful observations, hopefully not too obvious and banal. So there is the dropping of the bow to the string, and this can be done with no particular action of the right fingers, but what occurs is just a consequence pretty much of holding the bow minimally and dropping it to the string courtesy of the whole arm, like this. The addition of bow pressure action in the fingers, either briefly, say at the front of the stroke, or continuously through the stroke, will both increase the volume and increase the speed of the ricochets. So here is no bow pressure, and here's a lot of bow pressure. Here's a little bit of bow pressure. So the bow pressure is literally what you do to squeeze the bow down with your fingers. I quite like the feeling of doing variations of the soltando without action of the hand. That was the rhythm I think you're after pretty much. And it's obvious too that, by the way, there was probably a little bit of bow pressure right at the front of the stroke in that, increasing the violence of the hit. But if I leave it out, then the accent at the front is really given by the smack of the arm, which is felt flowing out of the shoulder. The other aspect of the thing that I'll call the pickup, you will have noticed as well, that, well, the bow is picked up now, and to let it as free as possible, no bow pressure, you release it to the string with this kind of feeling of resting the bow on the string, so that if the string wasn't there, the bow would be dropping. This will give the longest, slowest possible bounce, at the end of which there is what I'll call the pickup. So we go from pickup to release the bow from pickup into the string, and then we pick it up again. And I think it's very natural to have the pickup action done as a lifting action of the whole arm, more or less. So if I make it large, or if I make it small, it still would be something like this going on within the lateral stroking. So it seems to be good to develop the stroke by exercising down bows and up bows, sometimes counting the numbers. And this is simply the movement of the arm with the carrying of the bow from pick up to let down to pick up again. And I can go for threes. Simply by picking up at the right time. If I wanted the speed of it to be different, I could move to a different part of the bow. So this slower speed would be just the consequence of being in a lower part of the bow. It wouldn't have anything to altering the bow pressure. And the fours. I notice also that I can influence the dynamic gradient by, say, introducing bow pressure late. So if I was unhappy with this small diminuendo, I could turn it into a crescendo by adding bow pressure during it. But with the unintended consequence perhaps of speeding it up as well. I think that the cleverness in this is partly in being able to let the bow go, and you asked me about how much of the hand, and I think it's quite good to have contact through the hand, but undoubtedly most of the influence is felt through the thumb and the index finger and possibly the ring finger. And I think just being able to let the bow down to the string and let it ricochet freely is an important ability within all of this. And then to pick it up at will to end the number of strokes. That's it.